Registers and returns. I told you in the video that I will be giving you a very simple formula to remember the registers, and these 14 points will make your life very easy. Okay, so whenever there is any register, for example, we have register of members. So if you remember these 14 points, it applies to every register and it is very easy for you to understand this chapter. So this formula was devised by me when students were not able to understand this chapter. They said everything looks the same and how we will try to study this chapter, it is very difficult, etc. So that is when I made this formula, which is very easy for you to understand. So the first point is name of the register. So for example, if we have register of members, the name of the register is what? Register of members. The second thing is number, that is, if does it have any number which is given in the rules or in the Companies Act 2013. So the register of members is actually MGT1 in that case. Of course, for every register it may be different, and for some register you might not have the number. The second point is number. The third point is section, that is according to which section this register has to be maintained. So in Companies Act, which section talks about maintaining register for each particular point, you should know that. Then rule, which rules of companies rules will be applicable for that particular register. Then you need to understand what are the entries to be made. So for example, if we talk about register of members, you should give what? Simple common sense. What is the name of the member? What is the address? How many shares he is having, when he became shareholder, etc. That is the entries to be made. So please understand, I am giving you a formula for studying registers, and this chapter is very important. Don't neglect it. It is connected to module 2 securities law, it is connected to company law, it is connected to many subjects in CS professional. So if you study this in detail, you will not only get benefit now but also in CS professional. In executive, if you know these 14 points, it is more than sufficient. Any register, register of buyback, register of directors, or anything like register of dividends, whatever it could be. Then go for the fifth point, the entries to be made. After that sixth point, how much time to make the entry, that is within how much time. For example, we have register of buyback. Within buyback, how many days we should make the entry? 7 days or 30 days or 14 days, that you should know. So if you remember in this formula way, it is very easy to remember and you will not have any confusion. Next, seventh point is, who is the person who is responsible to make the entry? Usually it is company secretary, if there is a company secretary. If there is no company secretary, it is usually the director. So you should also write in exam, company secretary is responsible to maintain the register and make the entries therefore. Or if director is responsible, director is responsible. If it is auditor, auditor. Yes. Then the next is common sense. Point number 8, signature, means who should sign that register? The director should sign, or the company secretary should sign, the CEO should sign. Who should sign that particular register? That is point number 8, signatures. Then the ninth point is preservation. That means for how many years we should preserve the register. For example, accounts should be, the books of accounts should be maintained for 8 years, that is for 8 financial years, previous years. After that you can destroy it. So if it is 2010-11 till 2018-19, you must compulsorily keep it. After that you can destroy it. Same way for minutes, there is no preservation date, you have to keep it forever. So the ninth point is preservation, means for how many days we should keep that register. Then the 10th point is inspection by members, directors. That means, can the member even inspect this, or the directors inspect this? If they want to inspect, they want to say register of members or any other register which is there in your book, what is the fees they have to pay, what time they should come, can they take any photocopies, xerox, extracts from there? If they want to take, what is the procedure? You can study this in this manner. Because when you see the textbook, every register looks the same, and students say, how I remember so many points? But if you read every register with these 14 points in your mind, it becomes very easy for you to remember. Then the 11th point is, in that register you should know what is the punishment for not maintaining the register. Is there any fine? Is there any imprisonment? Should they go to jail, etc. 12th point is how to modify the register. For example, my name is Alok. In the register, the spelling is wrong. So they have put ALOK is the correct spelling, but they have put ALOC, that is the wrong spelling. So how do I make a amendment in the register? What is the procedure for register of members? Same way, for every register there is a procedure for modification, and in some registers you cannot. So you should know for every register how to modify and who is responsible, what is the procedure. That is the 12th point. Then we will come to 13th point, place of keeping the register. Usually almost every register is kept in the registered office of the company. However, some registers can be kept outside. If yes, how they can keep it, why they can keep it, what is the procedure to keep it, you should know very well. That is the 13th point. Now we will come to 14th point. 14th point, use of register in future. That is, in register, how it will be useful in future. For example, tomorrow there is dispute about who is a member, the list of members. That time register of members will be useful, correct? Same way, for every concept you should know when that register is useful in the future. So these 14 points, if you keep in mind and study in your study material every register, your life will become very easy. If possible, even make a chart where for these 14 points, next to each of the points you will write the details related to the respective register. So this is something which you should follow. Now I will be concluding this video relating to the registers.